Gotta get connected.
The modern tablet explosion has shown little signs of slowing down since the iPad hit the market in 2010. Now there are an array of tablet options to choose from, and I have GetConnected's very own tech expert Graham Williams here to help you decide which tablet is right for you. Graham, what are some of the things a consumer needs to consider when purchasing a tablet?
Well, Andy, there are three main things that a consumer is going to want to look for. The first is going to be screen size, the second is the operating system that they're going to look for, and the third is how much storage that you're going to need.
Okay, before we get into those 3 points, first thing to consider is, do you even need a tablet? If you're looking to get a tablet to, say, do emailing, I'd highly consider getting a laptop.
Well, personally, I like the Ultrabook format because it's slim, light, and powerful, and they've got great battery life. It's also got one extra thing that a tablet doesn't have, which is a keyboard, handy for writing email.
Very true. Now, if you're looking to get a tablet to read, say, ebooks, I would highly recommend getting a dedicated e-reader.
Personally, I love my e-reader because it's got an e-ink screen. Those screens are very good on battery life, and they're small and light.
So if you're looking for something to play games or watch movies and you've decided you want a tablet, the first consideration that you had mentioned was size. Now, the Apple iPad started out at the 10-inch size.
It did, and with a screen size that big, you've got a lot of space for watching movies, reading websites, and interacting with rich content applications.
But I guess one of the cons of having a 10-inch is that it's kind of heavy to hold in one hand.
That's all right, you'll build up muscle after time.
Very true. Now, after the 10-inch, you have around the 7 to 8-inch form factor, and we have here the Samsung Galaxy Tab or the Kindle Fire, which is only available in the US.
Personally, I like the Kobo Vox. That's actually available in Canada. It's got that same screen size, but it's got a Canadian appeal.
If you're looking for something that's kind of like a tablet and a phone, there is one other option.
That is the Galaxy Note. Now, this little guy has got a 5-inch screen, nice and bright, and it's both a phone and a tablet, which is pretty cool.
So it's kind of like the best of both worlds.
Indeed.
The second thing that you had mentioned was operating system. Of course, the Apple iPad is on the iOS, and I recommend if you already have, say, an iPhone, you should definitely want to stick with something like the iPad.
iOS is nice because it does work for both iPhone, iPad, iPod Touch, and it gives you access to the applications that you've already bought. So if you bought universal apps on your iPhone, that means that there's an iPad version built right into it. You can also get iPad-specific software as well.
And if you, say, have an Android smartphone, I would definitely recommend going in the Google ecosystem and getting an Android tablet.
The great thing about the Google ecosystem is that we're looking at a lot of choice. That means that you can buy your apps from just about anywhere. Google offers their own apps through Google Play, Amazon has their App Store, which you can get on the Kindle Fire, and the Kobo Vox has its own App Store as well.
Now, if you have a BlackBerry and you're very happy with it, you might want to consider getting the Playbook.
For sure. It got off to a rough start, but with the recent operating system upgrade, it's got some great new features, including adding social media to your email, calendar, and contacts.
Now, the last thing you mentioned was storage, and I think storage really comes down to how you're going to consume your content.
Absolutely. A year ago, we would have thought a 32 or 64 gigabyte tablet would be great for movies, photos, and media. Nowadays, with cloud systems, you're going to be syncing all of that over the internet, so you don't need that space for those things. What do you need it for? Apps. With high-definition displays and Retina-class displays, these apps are getting to be really big, so that's what you're going to want the space for. Also, when you take a look at rich media applications like Wired Magazine, those are half a gigabyte in size. If you've got a year subscription, that takes up half the space on an entry-level iPad.
So if you are looking to buy a tablet, there are a lot of different options to choose from, and as Graham had mentioned, there's 3 things you need to consider: the size, the operating system, and the amount of storage. I guess buying a tablet is like buying your first cell phone.
For sure. Once you get one, you'll wonder how you did without it.
Wait a minute, is that Angry Birds?
Gotta get connected.